To save your failing shipyard, you bragged on your live stream. As long as the money's right, I can build any ship. Next day, a customer actually shows up asking you to build an aircraft carrier. You were just hyping it up for the stream. Didn't think he'd take it seriously. Looking at his requirements, you're totally confused. Build a 30,000-ton destroyer as a fishing boat? What the hell, this guy wants to fly? No choice. Gotta finish what you promised, even on your knees. Longfan watched your stream where you said, I can build any ship, even ones the official shipyards can't make. Everyone thought you were a scammer, but Longfan for some reason asked one more question. Can you customize based on client needs? Absolutely. You answer confidently. Any tonnage as long as the money's right. I'll even build you an aircraft carrier. Longfan gets excited. For real? Then build me a 20,000-ton fishing boat that looks badass like a warship. You're standing there with the most confused look, but for the money, you agree. You tell him you only handle construction. You'll charge $20 million for labor and design. Materials are on him. Longfan says, as long as it's done before fishing season in 6 months, money's no problem. But the appearance has to match his vibe. When it's on the water, people gotta look 3 times and feel intimidated. When he's cruising in this beast, the Long family name will rise. You tell him to come to the shipyard to see the design and sign the contract. Right now, you're at your computer searching for the Navy's latest Type 055 destroyer. Then you drop 500 grand to have the system analyze the destroyer. A technical blueprint appears in your mind. Full load displacement adjusted to 31,000 tons. Entire ship uses modular construction. Equipped with fishing gear, including vertical launchers, fishing nets, and trawl nets. Electric propulsion. Regular cruising speed of 45 knots. 14,000 kilometer range. Just as you're designing the fishing boat and generating a hologram, Longfan walks in with his bodyguard, sees the hologram right away. He rushes excitedly toward the warship to touch it, but his hand goes right through the hull. A faint glow marks his arm. Longfan shouts, this hologram tech doesn't even exist on the market. Just this technology alone, you could live off it forever. Your tech is insane. You're using world-changing technology just for a demo? That's flexing on another level. You explain. The ship is 291 meters long, 37 meters wide, 40 meters tall. Powered by 4 gas turbines. Basically all the high-tech features included. Per your request, 31,000-ton displacement, full electric propulsion, max horsepower of 96,000. Longfan stares at the model, swallowing hard. This is his dream ship. But hearing the materials cost 500 million, he rushes home immediately. He urgently tells his old man, Dad, sign this order for me quick. I need to buy materials to build an interesting ship. Gonna need about 900 million. Long Aodian, who's studying calligraphy, literally jumps up. 900 million? You little brat, why don't you just rob a bank? Longfan immediately pulls out a hard drive, plugs it into the computer to load the data. Dad, you'll understand after you see this. As a fishing industry mogul, Long Aodian's seen every ship out there, but the next second, he's speechless. You sure he can actually build this? I'm sure, and he promised it'll be done before this year's fishing season. Long Aodian can barely contain his excitement. Good, good, good. I'll approve it right now. Whatever you need. A few months later, you finally finish Longfan's custom ship. Since you need to teach Longfan and his dad how to operate it, you personally deliver the ship to Tianya Harbor where Long Aocean is. Long Aodian's been waiting at the harbor early, brought some old buddies to check it out, totally here to show off his new ship. When he sees the ship covered with tarps, his eyes light up with excitement. But when the tarp comes off, his face goes dark, because this massive warship is covered in Yamato and all these huge anime girls from Azure Lane. The artwork is big, flashy, and super 3D. Long Aocean boards the deck, looking around for the shipmaster who did this. He needs to ask. He clearly said to decorate it like the Navy. Why is this huge ship covered in anime girls? What's the meaning of this? Looking at the expressions on his old friends' faces, he just wants to die right there. Long Aocean brings his crew to the bridge and finds you. You're live streaming on your phone. When he asks about the exterior artwork, you say directly, that was your son's request. He wanted high-end, classy, upper-tier, make people look 3 times intimidating. Over 20,000 tons like the Navy? Mission accomplished. Long Aocean suppresses his rage, looks out the bridge window. The dock is packed with people pointing and talking about this ship. In a way, it does satisfy the 3 looks requirement. Chen Zhang, standing next to Long Aotian, asks, what are those squares on the deck? And that thing that looks like a bench? That's radar, right? You glance at Chen Zhang, know he's a former Coast Guard, but you tell the truth. The squares are vertical launch fishing nets. Launch them when you spot fish. And that panel is an active phased array multifunction detection radar, helps track the launched fishing nets better. There's matching sonar at the bottom of the ship, better for detecting fish schools and distinguishing between submarines and fish. Never seen one? Chen Zhang raises an eyebrow, stares at you, asks again, this is really a fishing boat? You know what he's suspicious about, so you lead them all into the compartments. Soon, everyone arrives at a space spanning 3 decks. Massive mechanical equipment sits quietly in an enclosed chamber. You explain, this is Work Bay 1. Fishing equipment launched from bays 2 and 3 will return here based on GPS coordinates after catching fish and get hauled up. If that's too much hassle, you can just drop trawl nets from here and retrieve them. This bay door can open. Once open, you can fit 2 speedboats. You point to the corner. 2 high-speed boats sit there. Then you take them to another new compartment, completely empty. This is the pressurized live well. Deep-sea fish you catch can go here to stay alive longer. Further ahead is the freezer, minimum temp negative 75 degrees Celsius. Deep sea fishing, just toss it in. 4 gas turbines, 96,000 horsepower, provide plenty of power. Chen Zhang listens while examining the compartments. As an old Coast Guard officer, he's already got ideas forming. By the time you all get to the bridge, the fishing boat competition is about to start. Longfan and crew are joining the race. 2 hosts are already on stage holding drumsticks. The female host raises her mic and announces, welcome everyone to this year's fishing season opening event. 100 nautical miles southeast, there are 100 buoys. The 3 boats that collect the most buoys will win prize money: 100,000 yuan, 50,000 yuan, and 30,000 yuan. Start your engines. With the female host's words, the male host swings his drumsticks. The cowhide drum thunders, boom, 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 the signal's given. The boat captains slam their throttles to max, shooting out like arrows. On the big ship, after the small fishing boats all depart, self-proclaimed Captain Long Aocean waves his hand. Set sail. The propeller blades slowly spin. Massive thrust pushes the ship away from shore. Helmsman takes control.